Hello. So today we're going to do 16 Sultans by Jack White from the White Stripes. Great guitar player, unique sounding, maybe one of my favourites. Grew up listening to White Stripes, White Blood Cells, Elephant with my friends. If you haven't heard those albums, check them out, they're great. Right, so we'll get straight into this. During the grades, it's probably the first time we've come across the power chord or the 5 chord. For those who haven't done this yet, if it's rock, metal that you want to play, it's the chord we're going to be playing. It's just the 1 and the 5 from a normal chord, rather than having the 3 stuck in the middle, which gives it that happy or sad sound. This is neither, it's more of a neutral sound. So we'll give it a start. So the first one's going to be the E5, which is going to have your open E, bottom string, and then you're going to have your 2 on your 5th string. I'm going to play both of those together twice. Now, when we play these 5 chords, especially being beginners, we tend to be wanting to be raised above our guitar neck and scared to touch the other strings with our left hand. And it's not so the case when we're playing electric guitar. We want to at times keep pretty flat with our fingers for some of these chords. So keeping your first finger tip, you want to be just touch it. You want to just be on the 5th string, and then leaning back, just resting against the other strings, but no pressure on the other strings. So when we play, we'll get that open E, that B on the 5th string, and then the other strings shouldn't be able to ring, so that if we do get carried away with ourselves with our pick and play all our strings, nothing should ring through. Whereas if our fingers stuck up in the air, we get a completely different sounding chord out of that. So keeping that finger pretty flat, we're not putting loads of pressure on it, we're just putting pressure on the fingertip on the 2nd fret. So, and I felt that I hit the 4th string there, but it's not going to ring. We're not going to get that sound out of it by keeping it flat, yeah? Trying to keep your wrist nice and straight while you're playing this, thumb on the back of the neck, kind of like you're pinching the guitar. And then we're going to move to the G5, which is going to be first finger up to your 6th string and then down to your 3rd fret. And you can either use your pinky. I tend to use my pinky up here. The frets are a bit wider. It's just nice and easy. You can see I've got no pressures there. I haven't got great big hands, so it's not some kind of illusion. You know, if your fingers aren't cutting across 3 frets, you're probably holding your guitar wrong. So we need to think about getting the right position. Having face-to-face tuition definitely helps that. So getting that little finger, and you can see my first finger's on a slight angle. It's coming from like the top of the 3rd fret to the bottom of the 3rd fret across those strings. And my pinky is just sat at the bottom of the 5th fret of the 5th string. So I'm just going to have those 2 notes, 3rd fret 6th string and 5th fret 5th string. And again, keeping that finger flat against the other string, so that if I do get carried away with myself, all them ones are dead. Can't hear it. Whereas if I stick that finger up in the air, much different sound, yeah? So practice this nice and slow, just between those 2 chords. And then we're going to move, and we're going to go up a string, and we're going to have the open A string, the 5th string, and we're going to have the 2nd fret on the 4th string with that first finger again, and again keeping that flat. So you've just got, yeah, and then so you'll have, and then the next chord will be the B5, which will be the 2nd fret on the 5th string, that's the B, and the 4th fret on the 4th string with that pinky. You can use your 3rd finger for these chords, and you'll probably see me in other videos using my 3rd finger for some of these chords. Just depends what I'm playing. If I'm playing something fairly slow, I'll probably use my pinky every time. If I'm playing something fast, I may use my 3rd finger. So 2nd fret 5th string, 4th fret 4th string, and then keeping that finger flat. Yeah, like I say, stops all them. If you make it sound like that, you need to get that finger nice and flat to the strings to make sure that they're all dead. So it should sound like this. So getting that practice in, yeah. Right, and you're going to play that 2 times, and then he's going to start singing, and you're going to play it another 3 times with the verse before he goes into an open C chord. Maybe potentially the first time you've seen open chords, depending what songs you've learnt to play so far, or full open chords. So your C chord is going to be, I don't think it's one of the harder ones, maybe one of the harder open chords, just to make sure that all the strings are ringing. And don't beat yourself up if they're a little bit fuzzy in places. We've got time to practice. That's what practice is for you. So, and you're going to play things like open chords millions of times going forward in the future. So let's give this C chord a try. So you want your thumb on the back of the neck, or not at all for now. You can put your first finger on the 1st fret of the 2nd string. Try and get near the bottom of the string. It helps the stretching, yeah, in this. It shouldn't be a big stretch. It should be quite easy. So if you're putting it right up here on the 1st fret, one, it's probably going to buzz. And you get that clarity from being down near the bottom of the fret. It's not like a piano where you press a key and it makes the piano sound straight away. If you press the wrong part of the fret and you don't press it down hard enough, you're going to get some buzzers. So you got that 1st fret, 2nd string. Now your 2nd finger is going to go to your 4th string, and it's going to go to the 2nd fret, and again keeping that fingertip on, with none of this hand under here wants to be touching your guitar neck. Yeah, try and just get fingertips and thumb tip at the back, and that's all that wants to be touching your guitar with your left hand, or your dominant hand if you're left-handed. Right, and then your 3rd finger is going to go to your 5th string, and it's going to go to the 3rd fret. Remember, just try and keep them quite low on the fret so that they're to the bottom of the fret rather than the top. So if you get near the top, you'll start to get like deadened notes and buzzy notes. If you get near the bottom, you don't have to put as much pressure on, and they should ring nicer. So, right, and it's a 5-string chord. So once that's on, fingertips, thumb tip, nothing else. Should be able to fit all sorts through there, fit a bus through it. Right, okay. And then just strum 5 string. I do tend to, if I'm playing the C, I have my 3rd finger and giving it plenty of space for the 4th string. I just lean it up against the 6th string, so again, if I get carried away, that 6th string's dead, yeah? And it's giving myself a little bit more room for the 4th string to ring, yeah? So, let's try that. And then we're going to do this strumming pattern for this, and it's just going to be down, up, down, up, down, up, down, before we change to a D major chord, which is going to be the same strumming pattern. Okay, right, so D major chord then. 1st string, 2nd fret, 2nd finger. 2nd string, 3rd fret, 3rd finger. 3rd string, 2nd fret, 1st finger. It's always hard to say. And we're going to have an open D on there as well. The 4th string is going to be open. And it's going to be a 4-string chord. And remember again, trying to get these fingers up in the air for these chords. Nothing touching, yeah? Just fingertips and thumb tip, yeah? Okay? And that's going to be the same strumming pattern. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So again, it's probably going to take a bit of practice if you've not done these open chords before to get from the C to the D. Okay? And that's then going to repeat back to the verse. Another 3 times before you play the C again. And the D again. I would put the track on, I'll put a link on to the track. I would put the track on and just play it super slow, half speed. If it's less than half speed, it doesn't matter, as long as we get it nice and neat and crisp, yeah, and no weird noises coming through that shouldn't be there. If we can't play it slow, we certainly can't play it fast. I know it's hard to get the mentality to play super slow because we feel a bit rubbish doing it, or I certainly used to when I was a kid, and I wanted to play a million miles an hour straight away, and had every guitar lesson being told to slow down. But once it's in and we've got that mental ability to just say, right, I'm just going to play this super slow and play it right. We can be good with that, yeah. Right, and then once you've done that part, we're going to go into the bridge, which is going to go. It's quite simple. It's fairly fast though, this song, so you've got a bit of a string skip in this, which might trick you a little bit. Now again, I'm always keen on down up with my plectrum and using it right and alternate picking where we should be. Although we can get away with just using down picks here, it will only make it harder further down the line when we come to some harder stuff where we have to alternate pick and we've put no effort in up to that point. It just makes it 10 times harder to alternate pick later on. So alternate picking, we're going to start with the down pick, and this is going to go down, up. And it makes sense when we get there. So we're going to start off with an open E, down, and then we're going to go to the 3rd fret on the 6th string, up, and then a down pick onto the 4th string, open, and then an up pick onto the 5th string, open. So down, up, and then we're going to kill it. We've got 2 beats of rest there where it's going to be dead. So just put this hand just lightly over the strings there and it'll just kill the sound. Dead, yeah, rather than. We don't want that, we want. Right, and the next bit, same again, down, up. We're going to start with the 5th string open, down, and then we've got 3rd fret, 6th string with an up, and then we're going down again to the 4th string open, and then up onto the 2nd fret of the 4th string. So that's 5th string, 3rd fret, 6th string, 4th string, 2nd fret, 4th string. So all together. Excellent, and we're going to play that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Yeah, like I say, it's fairly fast, but we'll just put it on dead slow. Get that picking pattern right. It's pretty easy if you play it super slow and really think about it. Okay, right. Once you played that 5 times, we're going to go back to the C, and then to a D, and this time it's going to be down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Yeah, and then we've got this E5 chord. Yeah, just open strings. Okay, and these are going to be accented and staccato, so short and detached. Yeah, if you're reading the music, it'll have little dots above the notation. Yeah, and that's a staccato sound. That's staccato sign. Yeah, to play it really detached, so they're not just that. Yeah, and the little pointy arrow, that's an accent. Yeah, so you're gonna be playing these slightly louder. Yeah, so kind of dig your pick into it and get it done. Yeah. Okay. Now a couple of ways we can make this silent is when we play it with our pick, just bring it straight back, rest it on top of the 2nd string, ready to play again, and with your middle finger or your fingernail on your 1st finger sat between the 1st and 2nd string, you can grab both strings. Or with your left hand for like double isolation, just lightly put your hand back onto it. So play, drop hand. And you can do that with both hands, getting both parts done. Yeah, just in case. At this level, it might not be end of the world if you just do one or the other. But certainly as you get better, if you end up playing live and you're turned up to 11, you'll probably need both hands if you've got quite a lot of gain on to try and control the feedback and the noises. Yeah, to stop any kind of feedback coming through, you'll need both hands at times. Right, and then we go back into the main riff. 3 times, and then back to C, but this time with the C, we're going to do 2 bars of C. So down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Then to D, which is going to be 2 bars of D, and it's going to be straight quavers. Down, up, 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 down, up. And to finish it, it just finishes on that D chord, slightly held back a little bit. And that's it done. And that's 16 Sultans by Jack White. So hope you enjoy that, and good luck learning it. Thanks. Bye.